Montreal, how's it going? My name is JC. Something about myself. So I turned 30 recently. Thank you. And guys, I've noticed a few changes. And the first is that my sex drive has gone through the roof. Like to the point where it interferes with my day-to-day living. I'm now one of those creepy people on the bus that just kind of stares at you. And usually my victims are the people with the most luscious beards, because let's face it, guys, there's nothing sexier than a man with a buttload of facial hair. And I will literally sit there and stare at them. And in my head, there's an entire Canadian porn going on where I'm in the forest kind of chopping wood, and that big hairy man just kind of comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing, eh? Don't you know my facial hair will keep you warm this winter?" And then there's kind of flannel that goes flying everywhere, and that's all well and nice, except that I'm still on the bus, staring very creepily. And I mean, guys, this wouldn't be so bad, except that I haven't even hit my first Movember yet. And I'm pretty sure that my criminal status will increase from mustache stalker to beard assaultist. Because now, when I get on the bus, I will purposely be trying to find the person with the most luxurious facial hair, and I'll sit next to them. I'll bring back that old stretch move and just kind of play in it until they kind of look at me funny, and I'm like, "Oh, sorry. Thought there was an M&M in there, and I was kind of hungry." But guys, something else in my 30s, I'm no longer fooled by romantic comedies, okay? They're nothing but a bunch of bullshit. I mean, it's basically the same thing, right? Girl falls on her face, guy of her dreams is right there, helps her up, boom, soulmate. Or girl spills something hot on guy's chest, he laughs and then asks her out, and then happily ever after. That's not true, guys. You know how many times I fall in public or throw my coffee at some dude, and not once did they ever ask me out? Not once, guys. This is a bunch of bullshit. Romantic comedies lie to you. They're not true. I mean, look at Pretty Woman. Ultra rich, sexy man has to bring a prostitute with him, and then after that they fall in love. That's not true. The most I've ever gotten was $50 a cigarette and a "good job, toots" on my way out of the door. It's never a happily ever after. But guys, in my 30s, I'm also starting to worry a bit about my health. And thanks to my lucrative career in comedy, I have been forced to research very cheap ways to get all those vitamins and nutrients that I need. And according to the internet, sperm is a very great substitute. I mean, it has fructose, glucose, vitamin C, calcium, vitamin B12, and lucky for me, I live with my boyfriend. So I just start off my day with a daily dose of blowjob. And unlike those Flintstone vitamins my parents used to give me when I was a kid, my boyfriend does not have to make sure I swallowed. But guys, speaking of my parents, I do somewhat hold them responsible for all of my life choices. And not because they screwed up raising me. In fact, it is the exact opposite. My parents are so supportive of everything that I do that it has led me to where I am today. I'll give you an example. I called my mom to tell her, "Hey mom, I'm gonna go to university and take art history." She's like, "That's amazing. That's the best idea ever. You go pay $40,000 for a piece of paper to be certified in a career where there's absolutely no jobs. But the calligraphy on that piece of paper is so worth the 40 grand. It's the best decision you've ever made." And I mean, guys, she was right? No jobs. So I decided to drop out and pursue comedy, right? So obviously I told her, and I'm like, "Hey mom, I'm going to pursue comedy." And she's like, "Go for gold. That's the best idea ever. Take a job where you can never pay back those school loans. At least you know someone will always want you." And you know what? She was right. I get daily reminders by phone calls of my student loan complimenting me on my outstanding balance. I mean, guys, they really do want me. They call me daily to tell me this. But this all said and done, I've been, regretting all those decisions. And so I picked up a heroin habit. Yeah. And I called my mom, and all she could say was, I'm so proud of you. You have no idea. It only took you 30 years to get over your fear of needles. Good job. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. And guys, on that note, I'm going to bring your host back out here. Thanks, you guys have been great.